doing today? Trust you are doing fine, and I guess you are ready for this class. Now get your things together because we are about to learn and it's going to be very interesting. I know you enjoy the topic on the moth life cycle. Now be looking at the other topic, which is honeybees. Yes, honeybees. Have you heard the popular saying busy bee or as busy as a bee? It is because of a type of bee which is known as the honeybee. Now, do you know why they call it busy bee? Because this bee gets busy and works and keeps working from the time it crawls out from its cell and even till it dies. Now you know why it is called a busy bee. Thousands of bees live together in a place known as the beehive. So bees live together in a place known as what? The beehive. There are different types of bees, different types, and they are: one, the queen bee; number two, drones; and number three, worker bees. Now you can see the different types of bees in this picture. You can see the worker bee, the queen bee, and the drone. Both pictures, they are explaining to us the different kinds of, they are showing to us the different kinds of bees. Now you can see their body structure is actually different. So now you know. Now we're talking about the queen bee. Now she has one big job, which is to lay eggs. So the big job a queen bee has is to lay eggs, and these eggs hatch into a what? Into a new young bee. Can you see the queen bee? She's the one at the middle. Other bees, the worker bees, are protecting her. She's very big. The worker bees protect her. So you can see the queen bee there. Beautiful. Her body is different from all other bees. Now the next one I'll be looking at is the drone. Look at the drone. Yes, they are the male bees, and they are very few. The drones are very few compared to other types of bee. Yes, like the worker bees. Their only the job the drone has is to mate with the queen. Yes, just to mate with the queen. And the third we have is the worker bees. These are the people that keep working and working and working in the bee family. Now these worker bees, they do all the jobs except mating and laying eggs. Now remember, the mating is done by the drone, and the laying of the eggs is done by what? By the queen. So apart from those two jobs, any other job you can think of that goes on in the bee family is done by the worker bees. And I want you to know that the bees are very organized. They have different bees for different responsibility. And these people that carry out this responsibility or duties are the worker bees. Yes. And there are different types of worker bees. We have the house bees and the foragers. There are other types, but we're focusing on these two. What are they? The house bees and the foragers. Now, just the way the name implies, house bees, they do jobs inside the hive. Remember, the hive is the place where bees live together. So you can also call the hive the bees house or the bees home. Now, the repairs and any other thing you can think of, the cleaning up of the hive is done by these house bees. These bees clean and repair the wax cells of the hive. I don't know if you can see some yellow things together. They are the wax cells. So these bees ensure they are cleaned off, and they feed the growing young bees. So those eggs that the queen bee has laid and they've hatched into a young bee, these bees are responsible for feeding them. They turn nectar. We'll be talking more about nectar in foragers. A nectar is a sweet juice from flowers. Yes, from flowers, not just any plant, but from flowers. Now these house bees turn nectars into honey. That's their job. And they also guard the hive from intruders. Remember, I told you that the bee family is so organized and everyone has a role to play. You must not be idle. Remember, it is as busy as a bee. Yes. So Some people turn nectar into honey, and they also guide the hive. They protect the hive from intruders like humans that want to come and take honey. So these bees, they are always on guard, and they do this within the first 20 days of their lives. Now these as bees, once they come out from their cells, within the first 20 days of their lives, that's when they carry out all these jobs. Now I'll be looking at the second, which is the foragers. Foragers. So after the 20 days, remember I told you the bees carry those responsibilities within the first 20 days of their life. Now after their 20 days in the hive, a worker bee is ready to be a forager. So a worker bee moves from being a house bee to a forager after 20 days. What does she do as a forager? Let me tell you. She takes short flights to learn her way around. What does she do? She learns to fly out of the hive to just know what's going on around her. Then next, guess what she does, which is very important? She begins to collect water, pollen, and nectar. She begins to make different trips to start collecting water, pollen and nectar from what flowers. Now, the sweet smell of flowers help the forager find them. You can imagine that these insects, how would they know where flowers are? The smell, they are sensitive as that. They are sensitive to smell, the sweet smell of flowers. So they get to these flowers through their sweet smell. She sips the nectar and carries it to the hive in a special honey stomach. She has a special honey stomach. When she locates this flower, the next thing she does is to sip it. She sips it and she keeps it in her own special honey stomach. Then the the nectar is then made into honey. I know you have seen honey before. Yeah, you must have used honey. You must maybe you have honeys at home. Yes, it is the bee that make the honey. Now the forager also collects flower dust. Remember, nectar is different from flower dust. The flower dust are known as pollen. Pollen, yes. So pollen and honey are food for the bees. Bees feed on pollen and honey. And remember how they get honey? They get honey from what? Nectar. So when a worker bee, and I'm talking of a forager, finds a good place to gather nectar, she can tell other bees how to get to that same place. Do you know how? Through the bee dance. So bees are not greedy. Once she can locate where to get a nectar, she knows that I can't do this alone. She can tell other bees that have not located the place. And how does she do it? Through the bee dance. Yes, a bee dances too. And there are two types of dance, the round dance and the waggle dance. Can you say it again? The round dance and the waggle dance. So a bee knows how to dance. This dance is a way of communication. They use it as a means of communication to tell each other where a nectar has been found. So let me tell you about the round dance. The round dance tells other bees how to get to places close to the hive. You see it now? Maybe the bees are out of the hive and they want to get back to the hive. So a bee just does a round dance. As you can see, it goes round in circles. That's why it's called a round dance. So it tells other bees how to get to places close to the hive. While the waggle dance tells other bees how to get to places far from the hive. You can see the waggle dance is like a semicircle to the right, a semicircle to the left. It's different from the round dance. Remember, the round dance just goes in circles, but a waggle dance goes in semicircles to the right, semicircles to the left. So if a bee wants to tell other bees about a nectar it found close to the hive, which kind of dance will it use? A round dance, yes. It uses a round dance to tell other bees how to get to places close to the hive. And what of if a bee wants to tell other bees how to get to a place where it found nectar far from the hive? Which kind of dance will it use? Yes, the waggle dance. Yes, it uses the waggle dance. In conclusion, a worker bee has only few weeks. it has a short life. The handwork of worker bees helps us too. So you can see the handwork of worker bees everywhere. How does it help us? Because we can get honey from bees. And as bees gather nectar, they carry pollen. Remember I told you pollen, they are what? Flower dust. They carry pollen from flower to flower. And as they carry pollen, as they go to this flower, they carry pollen from flower to flower. What they do is what? They are doing, they are causing pollination. Yes, that's the way plants get to produce. That's the way plant gets to make their seeds. So without bees, many fruits and flowers that we use would disappear. I know you've learned something today. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to do your assignments. Bye.